So, Luka Doncic just wrapped up an incredible run at Eurobasket, and honestly, he looked like a man on a mission out there. Every possession, every bucket, every defensive stand. He carried himself like the best player on the floor. It wasn't just about the stats, even though those were absurd. It was the way he dictated the pace, the way he looked locked in on both ends, and how he made it clear that he was in control of the game. For many, he was the frontrunner for MVP of the tournament, but his journey ended earlier than some expected. And while part of me wishes he went all the way, I can't lie. The Lakers fan in me is relieved he made it through healthy and now has the chance to rest and recharge before the grind of the NBA season. That's the silver lining here. Luka's got time to kick his feet up a little, focus on conditioning, get some practice reps in, and mentally gear up for what's going to be one of the most important seasons of his career. He's not out there pushing his body through a gauntlet of competitive games anymore, and instead he can set his sights on training camp, preseason, and then the full season ahead. And trust me when I say, this training camp feels different. It feels like the foundation of a new era. The roots of what this Lakers team will become are about to take shape. With J.J. Redick now at the helm, this is the time to establish Luka's identity within the system, figure out offensive and defensive sets, and really start building that chemistry with the squad. And if we're being real, what we saw from Luka at Eurobasket isn't some outlier. He didn't suddenly discover a new gear we've never witnessed before. This is the same Luka who's been tearing apart defenses in the NBA for years. Step backs, crafty finishes, court vision that borders on supernatural. None of that surprised me. What stood out was how well-conditioned he looked, how locked in he was, and how much fire he had in his game. That's what makes me so confident it's going to translate directly into the NBA season. Because when you take a player who already dominates at that level and then add an extra motivation, that's when you get something scary. And make no mistake, Luka has every reason in the world to come into this season hungry. This is his first full season in purple and gold. He's coming off a summer where he fell short of winning Eurobasket, and you know that competitive fire is burning inside him. And let's not forget the elephant in the room, Dallas. Luka wants to prove to the Mavericks, to the league, and to everyone who doubted him that letting him go was the biggest mistake they could ever make. That's why I'm calling this the revenge tour. This season, Luka isn't just playing for MVP numbers. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and that's the version of Luka that can carry the Lakers to the top of the Western Conference. Think about it. Every time he drops 50, every time he takes over a game, the headlines are going to point right back at Dallas. And the Lakers will be one of the top teams in basketball because of it. That's the kind of energy Luka is bringing. He's not only trying to prove himself all over again, he's trying to dominate in a way that leaves no doubt. And when you pair that with LeBron James still performing at an elite level, plus the depth that this roster has with guys like DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, and Austin Reeves, you suddenly realize this team isn't just good, it's dangerous. Rob Pelinka has even come out and said that under the leadership of Luka and LeBron, the Lakers believe they can win now. And while that's exactly what fans want to hear, I just hope the front office truly understands the urgency of this moment. Because here's the thing, you don't always get this exact version of Luka. Sure, Luka will always be motivated and will always be one of the most skilled players in the league. But this particular mix of circumstances, the Eurobasket disappointment, the Dallas drama, the desire to prove himself in a new city, the hunger to show the world he can win, that combination is lightning in a bottle. That doesn't last forever. And that's why I keep stressing how important this year is. You might get seasons down the line where Luka averages more points, where he racks up more triple-doubles, but you might never again get this Luka, the one who looks like he's ready to burn down the entire league just to make a point. That's why I hope the Lakers front office doesn't just get comfortable if things look good early on. Because sometimes when a team is winning, management gets scared to make moves. They think, don't mess with the formula. But when you have this kind of opportunity, you don't sit back, you push forward. Now, I'm not saying they should rush into reckless trades or blow up the roster. Patience is still important, and smart decisions have to lead the way. But if there's a move out there to bring in another two-way wing to bolster the rotation, to give Luka and LeBron the best chance possible, you go make it. You recognize that this is a championship window, and those don't stay open forever. LeBron doesn't have unlimited years left, and Luka won't always have this extra layer of motivation. Because think about what happens if the Lakers do go all in this season and it pays off. Luka finally gets that taste of a championship, and you know what happens after that. It becomes an obsession. Every superstar who's lifted that trophy will tell you the same thing. Once you get one, you want another. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, they all say it. It becomes addictive. And Luka, with his mindset and his competitiveness, is the type of player who, once he gets a ring, will be driven to stack them up. But it all starts with that first one, and this season feels like the best chance to make it happen. That's why this upcoming campaign has the potential to be historic. Luka is coming in ready to make a statement, and the Lakers have the pieces around him to compete at the highest level. The Western Conference is tough, no doubt, but there isn't a team that looks completely unbeatable. This isn't the Warriors dynasty with Kevin Durant, where you felt like everyone else was just playing for second place. Every contender has flaws, and that means opportunity is there for the taking. And we've seen Luka carry weaker rosters deep into the playoffs before. That Dallas team that made the conference finals with Jalen Brunson as the second-best player, this Lakers roster is miles ahead of that group. Austin Reeves today is better than Brunson was back then. Add in LeBron, Ayton, Rui, and the rest of the supporting cast, and suddenly this feels like a team that can absolutely make noise come playoff time. The important thing now is for everyone in the organization to stay aligned with that vision. Luka has shown he's ready. He showed it at Eurobasket, and he's shown it every time he stepped onto an NBA floor. Now it's about the Lakers maximizing this version of him, surrounding him with the right pieces, and seizing the opportunity while it's right there in front of them. The beauty of what Luka brings is that he isn't just a scorer, he's a system all by himself. You put the ball in his hands, and he creates for everyone. He dictates tempo, he controls the floor, and he makes life easier for his teammates. And with the Lakers roster, that skill set is going to shine even brighter. Because this team actually has players who can finish the looks he creates. The shooters are better, the slashers are stronger, and the bigs are more reliable than what he had in Dallas. That means the gravity Luka pulls on every possession is going to open up everything. Defenses are going to collapse on him, and when they do, he's going to find wide-open teammates who can capitalize. But beyond the numbers, what stands out most is his leadership and his ability to set a tone. During Eurobasket, you could feel that hunger in every game. It wasn't just about showing off his skill, it was about proving something. That edge is what the Lakers need, especially in a locker room that's mixing veterans chasing one last run with younger players trying to carve out their place. Luka is right in the middle of that balance. He's young enough to be the future, but already established enough to command the respect of everyone in the room. That's why this season feels like it's going to be the turning point, where the Lakers begin to fully transition into his team while still having LeBron's steadying presence alongside him. And speaking of LeBron, how incredible is it that Luka gets to play with him at this stage of his career? LeBron doesn't need to be the number one option anymore, but he still has nights where he looks unstoppable. Now, with Luka shouldering the main responsibilities, LeBron can pick his spots, conserve energy when needed, and unleash himself when the team really needs it. That combination is terrifying for the rest of the league. Luka's brilliance with the ball combined with LeBron's experience and versatility means that every single game plan against the Lakers starts off at a disadvantage. Opposing coaches will spend sleepless nights figuring out which poison to pick. Do you load up on Luka and risk LeBron killing you in the open floor? Or do you key in on LeBron and watch Luka pick you apart with surgical precision? And then you add in the rest of the roster. Austin Reeves is blossoming into the kind of player every championship team needs. Someone who plays hard, makes smart decisions, and never shies away from big moments. Rui Hachimura brings size and mid-range scoring that balances out the floor. DeAndre Ayton gives them a legitimate big who can rebound, finish, and protect the rim. Suddenly, this team looks deep, balanced, and built to withstand the long grind of the regular season. Of course, nothing in the NBA comes easy. The Western Conference is loaded. Denver isn't going anywhere as long as Nikola Jokic is in his prime. Phoenix, Golden State, and even Oklahoma City are all going to be tough outs. But the Lakers don't need to be perfect. They just need to be ready when the playoffs arrive. And that's where Luka's mindset becomes so valuable. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't shy away from the spotlight. If anything, he craves those moments. That's why I think this year could be different. With this mix of experience, talent, and motivation, the Lakers have everything they need to make a legitimate run. And that's where the front office has to stay aggressive. They can't fall into the trap of saying, "We're good enough." Because good enough doesn't win championships. You need to be bold. You need to see the opportunity right in front of you and chase it. Maybe that means adding another defender who can guard multiple positions. Maybe it means finding one more shooter to give Luka and LeBron more space to operate. Whatever it is, the point is you don't waste this version of Luka. Because like I said, this level of fire, this chip on his shoulder, is unique to this moment. Now, some people will say, well, if they don't win it this year, there's always next year. And yes, Luka is going to be great for a long time. But the sense of urgency isn't about his talent. It's about the narrative, the energy, the feeling that this is the season where he's trying to show the world exactly who he is. It's not every year the superstar is fueled by revenge, redemption, and the chance to cement himself in a new city all at once. That's why this season has the chance to be special, and that's why the Lakers can't let it slip away. And when you picture the possibilities, it's hard not to get excited. Imagine Luka leading the team deep into the playoffs, putting up massive numbers, silencing arenas on the road, and carrying the Lakers to the finals. Imagine the energy in Los Angeles if he delivers banner number 18 while LeBron is still wearing the jersey. That's the kind of story that becomes legendary. That's the kind of moment that shifts the balance of the league. And for Luka, that would be the ultimate stamp of validation. Not only proving Dallas wrong, but proving that he could be the cornerstone of a championship franchise in the most demanding market in basketball. And if that happens, everything changes. LeBron wouldn't walk away after that. He'd want another run, chasing his own legacy while helping Luka continue to build his. The Lakers would have more picks, more flexibility, and even more leverage to keep adding around them. Luka would have the confidence of a champion, and that drive would only grow. That's the cycle every dynasty starts with. One breakthrough, one moment where the stars align, and from there, the hunger to repeat keeps pushing the team forward. But none of that happens unless they seize the chance that's right here, right now. Luka has already shown what he's capable of. Eurobasket gave us a glimpse of his conditioning, his defensive improvement, and his determination. The Lakers have the roster to complement him. The question is whether they'll commit fully to this window, to making the most of a season where everything seems to be pointing towards something bigger. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, breaking news is shaking the NBA world. ZACCHARIE, the promising young guard who had been making waves with the Atlanta Hawks, has reportedly agreed to a 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. While nothing is official yet, sources close to the situation suggest that the Lakers front office has been quietly working behind the scenes to land the 20-year-old phenom, and now it seems their persistence has paid off. RISACHER, who has been hailed as one of the league's most promising young talents, averaged impressive numbers during his stint with Atlanta, showcasing his ability to score from multiple spots on the floor, defend with intensity, and make plays for his teammates. His potential has drawn comparisons to some of the NBA's current superstars, and it appears that the Lakers see him as a key piece in their ongoing quest to return to championship contention. For the Hawks, this would be a significant loss. Atlanta have been relying on RISACHER to develop into a cornerstone player over the next few seasons, and his departure could leave a noticeable gap in their backcourt rotation. Rumors are swirling that trade talks have been ongoing for weeks, but nothing concrete had leaked until today. Fans in Atlanta are reportedly shocked, and some have already taken to social media to express their frustration and disappointment at losing such a young, talented guard. On the other side of the country, Lakers fans are buzzing with excitement. The prospect of adding a dynamic, versatile guard like RISACHER to a roster already filled with star power has ignited speculation about how head coach Darvin Ham might integrate him into the team's system. Could this be the missing piece the Lakers need to reclaim dominance in the Western Conference? Analysts are already debating whether RISACHER will slot into the starting lineup immediately or come off the bench as a spark. But one thing seems certain. His presence will change the dynamics of the team. While no official announcement has been made by either franchise, sources indicate that a 3-year deal is all but finalized. As the NBA world holds its breath, fans everywhere are left to imagine the impact of this potential blockbuster signing. Could this move propel the Lakers back to title contention, or will it be a gamble that backfires? Only time will tell, but for now, the rumor mill is buzzing louder than ever. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.